When I tell y'all the divine is divining, I can't even make this stuff up. I don't even know where to begin. And likely this will probably be a two-part video. It's really good. And I'm just so speechless because of how everything just played out. Hey y'all, hey. So I'm going to begin by saying how in the wee hours of the morning, I heard glass break, right? So I heard glass break, and this was downstairs in the kitchen area. So I was like, great, that's something I gotta, deal with in the morning because I was like, I'm not even gonna get up. I'm comfortable, I'm tired, I'll just deal with it in the morning. So then my daughter, she gets up, goes downstairs, and basically comes right back up. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, no, she didn't just leave some glass down there for me to get in the morning. Y'all, this is what I'm thinking. The nerve. I was like, I ain't tripping. All right, it is what it is. I'll probably do a better job of getting it up than she would anyway. So that was my thought, right? So then this morning comes. And I go downstairs and I'm already armed, like, all right, where's this mess at? Let me just go ahead and clean it up. Y'all, there was nothing in my kitchen, in the living room, nothing was broke. I didn't see glass anywhere. So then I was like, that's odd, but okay. Didn't think too much more about it. So then I started on my walk. Oh, wait. I missed like a whole part. Prior to me going on my walk, my lips started quivering. And if you just so happen to see a dream of mine, I guess last month sometime, I'm not sure. But long story short, at the end of this dream, it was this man, he was charging towards me. And it was like we were in this hallway. And as he charged toward me, my lips start quivering. Like they're going like this. But nothing was coming out. But I knew in my dream that I was being a voice for the voiceless. So my lips were quivering. So it happened this morning. My lips just began to quiver. It was like, it didn't feel like spasms. It just involuntarily or voluntarily, I don't know, one of them, they just started quivering. And I was doing it for a while. And I was like, dang, I should take a video because I really want to know what I look like, right? Or what my lips were looking like. So I took this real brief video. So cool, right? So hold that thought because I'm going to come back to it. So, okay, so then I got up and went downstairs. And so I started on my walk. And I was like, where should I walk to today? So normally, I got my little favorite, my little favorite streets and places that I tend to walk. I'm like a creature of habit. I typically, if I find a route that I like, I typically stay with that same route. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to switch it up today. So I walked down this one street, and as I'm walking down the street, I come across this stream. And at first I walked past it, but then I was like, that almost looks like a heart. And then I thought, I just posted about string yesterday. Y'all, I can't make this up. So I took a picture, squiggle. Literally several feet later, I'm seeing this, it's like a toy scorpion. So I was like, ooh, I feel like that's a message, right? So let me just take a, picture. Scoop, scoop. Cool, cool. So then I walk a little further and I'm at this corner and I just so happened to look on the ground and the words "I'm sorry" stood out. So I was like, hmm, that might be a message. So you know what? Let me just take a photo. Just because. Took a photo. Kept it moving. Let me show you yesterday's post real quick.
Pause to read.
Okay, so I talk about chicken bones, I talk about string, I talk about blood, right? And I mentioned how people would place hexes and voodoo and hoodoo and curses and witchcraft, sometimes unbeknownst to you, sometimes unbeknownst to me, but there were signs and jars and candle. Anyway, so that's what I posted yesterday. And here it is, a whole, day later, I'm seeing string on the ground, right? I was like, oh, cool. Because, I made a post before and I basically said how I think about things or I say things and then they manifest, like for real, like within hours or even the next day. And so this is no different. So then walk a little further and I see a chicken wing on the ground. And I was like, huh, I talked about that too. Y'all can't make this up. So took a picture and actually I rerouted. I started to go down this residential street, but I was like, I don't even want to go down that street. Let me go back like on the main artery. So I'm walking down that street. Y'all, why did I come across something? I don't even know. I don't know what it is, but it looked like a tampon. A tampon. And like a used tampon, string and everything. I don't know what it was. And so I'm like, that's deep. But you know what? You know what's even deeper? I walked a little further and I see this red rag. Like, I can't even make this stuff up, y'all. So you know what? I'm gonna stop it here and stay tuned for part 2.
Pause to read.